You see, this video is gonna be a reaction and discussion of a trailer for the Fantastic Four. And the reaction is now going to commence. Okay. Right from the start.
Welcome to the
We...
Bachelor building.
Okay, I need to pay attention. I have stuff to say already, but regardless.
On the dot, no matter what.
Oh, cake.
We're all here.
I was just eating cake actually. Anyway.
Hey, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Alright. Then...
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic.
I haven't seen Johnny yet.
Add a little bit of zip, okay?
So he's next. It's July. Alright.
Before we went up the
Three
first
doing
time,
smart stuff.
you couldn't turn invisible.
Oh, recap!
Ben wasn't a rock.
So, I do know this, they're not doing the origin until, but very clearly that's going to be present. Yeah.
Ben has always been a rock.
I will obviously have this discussion part of this video, so let me hear this again. I was not listening actually.
Rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Right, Johnny is Johnny. Cool, cool, cool.
And I am right here.
So this is just
Whatever
recap.
life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Well, technically it's recap if we have not seen it, at least in their universe. Was... Ooh.
As a family.
Marvel Studios. The logo looks pretty cool. Anything else? July 25th. There is a couple of things I would like to say. Going over the castings first. Overall, I suppose I'm just gonna leave it that it's fine for me. It really wouldn't have moved the needle even if it was actually perfect, but hey. Now, when it comes to what we saw in the actual trailer, Galactus seemed cool. Now, it was just a single shot of him, and they didn't show us his face. And talking about things that they didn't show, we didn't really see any stretchy powers of Reed, so... which is very, very worrying. Considering I personally have watched the previous Fantastic Four movies, I liked them. I mean, I did. I was also definitely much younger whenever I watched them. But hey, they were fine. Now, Galactus definitely... Now that I actually understand things, because at the time I watched it, I had no clue about who the Fantastic Four were. I literally knew nothing. So, now that I do, I understand why Galactus was a big disappointment. So this one seems like it's going to be a major improvement. But another thing that I've heard many people complain about is that stretchy powers almost never work in live action. So them not showing them in the trailer is leading me to believe that it's very possible that they're going to be absolutely trash in this movie. I guess there's also the possibility that they might not even be that bad, but they're just not finished.
Eventually.
Yeah, it is simply possible that the effects are not complete yet, was my overall point. But in any case, I'm interested to see how they're gonna be tying it up to the actual MCU. I have heard some random videos mentioning stuff like the plot might be that after they're done with whatever is happening, they're gonna directly go into the actual timeline of the MCU, which honestly is both worrying and interesting. I think there was also something of maybe these guys are actually from the original timeline, but because of some event they actually went into this one. I can't say for sure because I really don't remember, but that is a big part of the movie. Because say for example the movie is great, and the overall aesthetic they're going for with this retro futurism, I believe, is amazing, everyone loves it, it's one of the best Marvel movies that has ever been made. Depending on why it's one of the best Marvel movies, if they then just quickly throw the Fantastic Four into the actual current MCU, I feel as if that could really hurt them. It just really depends on what, if this movie is successful, what's the part that's actually successful. Because I am hoping that the characters are done very well, considering, I mean, obviously there's 4 very important characters in this movie, and I guess it was called First Steps, so it's very possible that we're gonna be seeing the kids of Reed and Sue, but I don't know, it's just, there is so many possibilities for this to go badly, and even though I personally want to be optimistic, I really doubt they're gonna be able to pull it off, and even if they are, I'm not sure what's going to be the next step. Considering Doctor Doom absolutely has to make an appearance, I sincerely doubt that they're not even gonna mention him in this movie. It sounds maybe not literally impossible, but almost impossible that he is not going to be making any sort of appearance. Maybe a minor role, clearly he's not going to be the main villain, or then again maybe he will. I just don't know. From the trailer what I have gotten is that they're gonna be completely skipping the origin of the Fantastic Four and recapping it slightly, because they already kinda recapped it in the movie of how they went into space, the radiation mutated them into giving them different abilities. I'm not sure how they'll be doing things. There is a lot of possibilities, a lot of options. There's just a lot of possibilities, both negative and positive. Overall though, I think it was fine. It didn't blow me out of the water, but considering everything I've seen that's going to be coming out this year, this and Daredevil definitely look the most promising by a long shot. If I were to be choosing between Daredevil and this movie, I would say that the Fantastic Four has more of my interest, but yeah, I do believe that probably this one's gonna be better because it doesn't really have any baggage whatsoever in it. Considering the only reference we have to the Fantastic Four is that apparently in the MCU, current MCU main timeline, whatever you want to call it, I think Doctor Strange made a single reference that they died in the 60s. So it's very possible that the rumor or whatever it is they said at the start that they just went to a different dimension is actually true, and that's what Reed is doing, and that is maybe gonna be one of the main, not themes, but goals of the movie, of how they want to go to the main timeline. Don't know, it seems promising. I will absolutely be paying attention to it. It's just that I haven't really been enjoying any of the recent Marvel stuff. But hey, this year is gonna be very important for superhero stuff in general, so I'm excited to see how things are gonna develop. But for now, it's over there. You can subscribe to our channel there, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.